People are choosing pets over children. What does this mean through a psychological lens? Is this the regression of society? Is human development going backwards? We'll break this down today. Hi, I'm Maria Paula Bermeo, clinical psychologist, and on this channel we talk about everything related to, of course, psychology. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Before starting this video, I want to remind you that I give in-person therapy. And if you're out of the city, I got you, because I also give online therapy. If you need a consultation, feel free to reach me out through my social media, my phone number, my email. All of them will be listed down below on the description box as well. Back in 2021, a vet told me that he was doing an investigation on trans-specie families. I was surprised about it because I had never heard that term before. Little did I know this word was going to become the definition for modern families. Have you realized that nowadays there are more dogs and cats on strollers than actual children? If you thought you were grown for realizing this, you are not. In China, by 2019, there was an estimate of 99.15 million pets. At that time, Mexico and Japan had similar numbers, along with a significant increase on consumerism related to pet products, which by now these numbers have most likely increased. And in the US, 67% of Millenials and Gen-Z'ers are said to prefer to adopt a pet than having kids. All of this accompanied by a significant decline of birth and fertility rates. Why is this happening, and what does it tell us about the psychology of the modern world? There is one simple answer, but it has a long explanation. People are not mature enough. A few weeks ago, I talked about polygamy on the channel. You can go and check that video out as well. In it, I said people these days are not willing to commit to an exclusive partner. And one consequence of it is not being ready to compromise with a kid either. This has to do a lot with maturity. People are afraid of growing up, and part of doing that is settling down, which for most may mean building a home of their own with a partner and kids, and being responsible of others' lives. That, with a lack of maturity, can sound so overwhelming. Are they even going to be able to be a support for a partner and a role model for kids? In this case, a pet can be seen as a simpler option. Yes, they may need training, food, love and care. However, the demands from a kid and a pet are not the same. You know, at the end of the day, a kid grows up, and during their development, they can start questioning their parents, being rebellious in one way or another. They can have a voice. They will experiment heartbreaks, feeling like an outcast and pressured by their peers. They may want to go to college or start working and building a business, and they need constant support. They will face a roller coaster of emotions through life, which demands parents to be fully present. On the other hand, a pet doesn't speak. Sure, they can express emotions, but they won't do it as a human being. And generally, their entire life is based on sleeping, eating, playing, asking for belly rubs all the time. They don't need to be guided to build an identity or need values or morals to face the world. Much easier for someone who doesn't feel like having kids. You may think I am just saying groundless things, but I am stating facts. New generations do not want to go through the quote-unquote serious part of life because a lot of them want to be young and free, which is more possible with a pet instead of a kid. Just look at this Forbes article, for example. Emma, a 24-year-old with 2 dogs, cited her social life and her preference to spend time alone with her husband as her reasons to not have human children for now. Her flourishing career had made her worry of the possible challenges of having a child. If you give them attention, they are good for the rest of the day. They don't have problems. She's talking about her dogs. We can still do what we want to do, but we have these cute furry little people that are excited to see us when we get home. I just don't have the desire to have a screaming baby right now. I would rather have a barking dog, said Emma. Isn't the message clear? Pets are just less complicated to handle. But if people just want to be wild and free, then why calling themselves a dog, cat parent? They still want to satisfy their desire to nurture. Biologically, humans are made to reproduce and raise because it is a traditional part of the circle of life to feel accomplished. But because of the fear of facing bigger challenges and losing the fun of partying, drinking, and going out with friends, they fulfill this desire of looking after others by raising a pet without the full-time demands children may have. This can also be called alloparenting, a term used to classify a type of parental care that is given to non-direct descendants. In this case, pets, but it can also be used for people that have raised their grandkids, nephews. You get the drill. Nonetheless, even when raising an animal can be cute and fun, take into account that it won't fill all the voids from raising a human. Again, pets don't talk and they don't face the same hurdles as us. So the level of satisfaction and accomplishment that you get from being a dog parent may not reach the level of gratification you could have by raising children. Now, there are aspects that come in the way for which I understand people choosing pets over kids. Economically speaking, babies, kids are expensive. Diapers, baby products are not cheap, and if you're not able to sustain the needs of a child, it's actually very responsible of you to not procreate. And a pet may be easier to provide, but if you treat them as what they are, a pet. If, on the other hand, you are spending on pet spa, on their birthday, and everything that humanizes animals, then you most likely just don't want children because those things can be really expensive too. Pets can also be a huge help for those couples who suffer from infertility despite trying everything. Now, I know I said the feeling of accomplishment from being a dog parent is not the same from being a kid parent. However, for these people, a pet is an emotional support and can help them to improve their psychological status by providing companionship, reducing anxiety, adding a structure to their days, and increasing motivation, which they need a lot of, especially during the first stages of grief that these individuals go through when they first receive the notice that they are not able to have children. I am not saying do not have pets by any means. I love those cute, furry little beings. I had my own and I acknowledge the benefits and the great contributions they bring to our mental health. I just want to share why being a pet parent is not actually the most functional thing. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't fully satisfy the needs of nurturing, caring, and life accomplishment we need to have a balanced life and a healthy psyche long term. If that's your goal, then being a pet parent might not be what you're looking for, and you should rethink your life choices. Is there anything else you would like to add to the conversation, or you learned something new from this video? Leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to like this video and share with someone that may need this, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss from more interesting psychology content. Thanks for watching.